everyone, my name is Wade DeWalby, and welcome to another interactive, education video or live stream. Today we'll be talking about the Mars InSight update and see how it's doing over the past months. Now, if you don't know what the Mars InSight lander is, it's basically a complex lander that's designed for Mars. It's not a rover like Curiosity or Opportunity or Spirit or Pathfinder or Survey or rover. I always get those messed up. But obviously, we'll be talking about this lander. Now, if you've never actually known about it, which probably very rarely, but if you just don't know, if you're just starting astronomy, buckle up because this is going to be a tough decision. Now, if you don't know about InSight, you might as well need to learn about it maybe on internet because I might not explain it well as if you would think. So, might as well need to check some videos. Now, to simplify this, check out Martian Wolf. He'll simplify this much more easier than I could. Now, of course, it is kind of a bit blurry, but that will maybe fix as soon as the resolution. But don't worry about that right now. Today, we'll be talking about the Mars lander. Now, of course, this lander is designed to, well, it's very new. Now, you're not going to say that this thing is not useless. Now, let's just go straight to the update. We're not going to talk about what it is, but we're just going to go straight into the topic we're having right in here. First of all, Mars InSight lander has just been grabbed finally it lifted up the experiment, and that experiment has a mole, or nickname mole. If you don't know what it is, then look it up. I might explain it. Basically, it's just the impactor that basically penetrates the surface. Now, there are another experiments. Now, if you think the government is saying that it's wasting money, this is not. This is for research purposes only and entertainment purposes only. So if you have a problem with that, please contact me at skypix@hotmail.com. or on my mom. Just make sure if there's any copyright insurance or anything else, please contact my mother and she'll take care of it because I'm not responsible for this. Although I am sort of doing it. So in any case, if you have a problem with that and you are a copyright lawyer or something like that, please contact my mom first before you contact me, or at the comment section, and I'll talk to my mom about it and she will fix it if it's fixable before you report. Now, of course, that if anything goes situated, this thing is going to be recovered. Now, of course, I did know about there was an arm before the landing, or actually, NASA's been planning for this lander for years. Now, it was going to land in 2016, but we didn't see it landed in 2016. Although my computer got screwed up at that time, so yeah, that's news for me. But the major thing is that the probe is stuck into the surface. It uses some type of a hammer, basically. It's not like a hammer like you have at your, home. It's like it spins around and it basically goes up and then it pinches it and then it like winds up again and it punches it. And you see that the hand here is moving downwards every time I punch. That's what it is. Basically, it penetrates. Now, we don't know what happened, but at least the probe came up because they grabbed it, lifted it up. You actually see, if you go on the website at JPL or Jet Propulsion Laboratory, you can see some of the pictures on there of the animation that actually was taken. Now, the InSight lander has two cameras. Unlike the Mars Curiosity rover has a bunch of cameras. One facing downwards for the descent, one is the mass cam, one is the laser, two of them are the mass cam, and there's like two of them on the other one, and there is one on the arm, which basically is the thing that drills and all sorts of stuff, and all kinds of it. But this lander here, it has a 2018 style design. Now, if you think about 2018, that is recent. So if you think about, if you take in 2012 camera and you compared it into a 2018 camera, you'll see that there's a difference, because that is a lot of years behind. Now, I remember 2012, and I actually have some actual video that I published on YouTube that is actually, well, supposed to be was published in 2012, but apparently I didn't have that account until 2015. But you might think that I already have in 2019, but obviously I had an older version of it. But I'm not going to get too intrigued about it, because that story is very sad to me, that what happened. Now, of course, that if you think about the problem about this, there's no problem, but at least that they're fixing it. Now, of course, by fixing it, I mean that there is a decision. Now, we don't know what to do next. All I could tell is I basically could go on this website. I could get you the link. Now, if I show you the link to where I'm actually at, you could go to this link right here. And that link should take you to to what I am looking at. So you guys could get an idea of what's going on, and it will give you a bunch of ideas. And you can just click on these pictures, and it will basically tell you, and and stuff. And it's really wonderful pictures. Now, if you want to see raw images, there's a little thing here that says raw images. Now, just recently, they just took these pictures, and then of course, they just So about just recently, like very, very recently. Okay, so at July 3rd, 2019, of Seoul 121.3, it was 16:53:28, 439 p.m. each. So if you don't know what it is, I don't know if I can make it standard Pacific time. I'm wondering if there's a translation for that, for like that. That'd be very useful for, especially me, for that. But of course, you notice I have a fever blister right here. The reason why is because why not? Now, if you don't know about anything about Mars, you might as well need to have a good start at about there's a ton of videos better than this that you could look at. And if you're new for this channel, you might as well you may think that this is a lack of subscribers. Doesn't mean that I'm that good. I used to have a lot of subscribers, but you can find some videos of me that complain about what happened, especially for the first video I made, and it would explain what happened. Now, of course, if you're really interested in me and love to learn about games and all sorts of stuff, be sure to, I don't have to say it because you probably know, unless if you're new to YouTube, you might as well, if you're new, then you can't do that stuff. But hey, if you are been on YouTube for years, which I've been, never mind, you get the idea. I respect your opinion, so any hate can be respected. So I would definitely read the hate, and I will definitely will respond to it. So you can put some conspiracy theorist stuff that aliens are on Mars or anything like that. You can, because why not? Or you could just make fun of me, but don't threaten me. But you could threaten me, but that won't bother me because But yeah. If you want more about this, you might need to go to my Mars missions playlist, and it will teach you all about Mars that I created for the playlist. And if you want to learn about the moon, go ahead. Now, if you don't know how to get to a playlist, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is go on my channel, click on me, which just says Wade the Wallaby, and all you have to do is click, and then it will take you to my channel. Now, that's what's called a channel. Anybody out there that are old or doesn't know about technology that much, this is possibly for that. Now, of course, they're pretty rare, but some teachers out there that possibly don't, but I'm not trying to insult anybody so I don't get in trouble. But if you haven't learned anything, please be sure to watch other videos. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to like me. It just is that I can do this. Um, the purpose is the reason why I do these things is because of my autism. And second of all, I want people to understand that how we as a whole don't have as much. So if you see me actually sort of acting kind of strange, you might as well need to get prepared. So before you'll think that I'm extremely weird, is because that's the problem. But that doesn't mean that won't stop me from there. Now, of course, we're beyond for the Mars InSight lander, and I'm glad that I am interested, and I'm glad that I can watch and find the recent pictures. Now, I haven't looked at Mars Curiosity rover in a while, not opportunity because yeah, but I remember um, one of my teachers when they showed on this news thing. I'm not gonna say it for copyright reasons. It was a news thing on there, and it talked about the opportunity rover, and if you knew about it, how it died, it was the time at that time, but maybe about a few weeks later, and it started talking about it. And of course, I'm asking my teacher, and she was like, "No, no." And I'm like, "Really? You don't like that?" And of course, I got in trouble, which is absolutely crazy. How people out there they just don't care about this, um, and me just teaching somebody. It's just like a brick wall that goes in front of me, and that's been doing this. But yeah, that brick wall is broken already because I've been modded and stuff, except for Kuro. But I think but yeah, none of this I'm saying is not the topic because sometimes I get off topic. That is why. So yeah, you would understand. Now, it's not it. It's not it. I probably didn't explain because usually when I actually do live stream, I always forget what to say, and I'm always going to other topics. So that's why I always stop the stream at like really hard, and I sometimes talk about nonsense. But because I'm thinking about using a piece of paper and then writing onto it. But obviously, you might not care about it, so I'm guessing that don't have to waste your time. I'm going to have to end this, even though I didn't explain that much. It's because that. Now, yeah, yeah, and that is it. Yeah, please subscribe or like, because I really need to reach 1,000.